invite Mr. Igor Lucic to come to the podium to give the United Student Council report. Mr. Lucic, President of the United Student Council.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Madam Chair, trustees, Chancellor Madam Ford Fisher, respected faculty and staff. My name is Igor Lucic, and I serve as the President of United Student Council here at HEC, and I'm always excited to meet all of you here today for the month of May and to share what me and my fellow officers were able to accomplish as we close out our term. Today, I'll be speaking on the following terms: the TJCSGA State Conference and some closing remarks that I prepared. For my first order of business, I just wanted to discuss our trip that we were joined with the fellow officers from all 6 student governments from HEC and the Texas Junior College Student Government Association State Conference hosted in Austin from April 25th until April 28th. This is a great opportunity to connect and network with students from all across the state, but I bring it up for 2 main reasons. For some time, larger schools like HEC were under threat of a rule change that would limit the total voting power of all schools with more than 5 SGAs. My fellow HEC officers and I were able to work across the aisle with other schools to amend the state constitution and to change the voting rules once and for all to enshrine and protect the voices and votes for larger schools across the entire state of Texas. And the other reason I bring this up is to celebrate the achievements and recognitions we were able to obtain at the convention. Northwest, they were celebrated for being the most spirited school at the convention, but Southwest SGA certainly made a huge impact this year. They came in 3rd entirely in the entire state of Texas for the Sweepstakes Award, Chapter of the Year, as well as Essay of the Year. They came in 1st for Poem of the Year, as well as the Event of the Year. And on a personal note, the SGA Southwest President, Avi, came in 3rd place. Please stand. She was able to come in 3rd place overall for Student of the Year for the entire state of Texas. And we're also, and I'm excited to announce that she will continue her education at Stanford University in California. I'm also happy to announce that Elijah Day and Happy from the Northwest campuses will be continuing their educations at University of Houston. But last but not least, our advisor, Ms. Wilson, was recognized as the Texas Legend of the Year for the year 2023 and 2024. And now for my final order of business as USC President, I just wanted to take a couple minutes to reflect and to pay respects to those that have helped me along the way. When I was elected a little more than a year ago, I felt a large rush of honor. Honor and the awesome duties as the role of president, as well as the history and the weight of those who came before me. Being president was not an easy role, and it required a multitude of skills in order for your administration to survive. But above all, it required 2 skills for your administration to thrive: purpose and a team. On top of everything, my team and I had one goal driving us: student engagement. It was no secret that COVID had torn the fabrics of engagement across the board, but it was our focus to pick up the broken pieces and build it back together again. But just like waters from a mighty flood can cause immense destruction and devastation, the same water, with light from the sun and some time, can breathe life into nature around us. I can proudly say that our time in office, as it comes to an end, the flowers are blooming once again. Student engagement is up across the board. Student civic participation is at an all-time high for SGA elections across the region, and our TJCSGA region has finally grown up to pre-COVID numbers. Even though I've spent countless hours working on these matters, I know that I could not have achieved anything without the hard work of my team. I would like to thank Astu, who unfortunately couldn't be here, as her work as secretary, Avi for her work as historian, Emily for her work as parliamentarian, Erica for her work as treasurer, And last but not least, NA for her tireless work on bridging the online community with the USC. And last but not least, again, Ms. Wilson for being such a strong, resilient advisor for all of us. Although the flowers around HCC are blooming once again, I must say that our work is not done yet. As we look toward the future for the next administration, their future may be bright, but they will certainly be rocked with challenges that they will need to deal with. Due to this, I just wanted to offer some wisdom to any future leaders that may be listening. A great piece of advice that has guided me that is that you must always look ahead and plan for anything that may happen. A long time ago, Seneca, a Stoic philosopher of ancient Rome, once wrote that the only inexcusable thing for a leader to say was, "I did not think that could happen." You must always be prepared, and you can never let your guard down. You will never know what is around the corner, but you must always have a plan in place and know how to act on whatever may appear. And finally, a reminder. Although the future lies beyond our vision, it is never beyond our control. We bring apart a future that is set forth through our own thought and action. We all play a part in the direction that we are guided towards. Some believe that there is nothing that one man or one woman can do against the enormous weight of the world's ills. But many movements of thought and action have flowed through the work of a single man. A young lawyer from India led a peaceful revolution in order to drive back the reaches of imperialism and to establish a state of self-governance. A 33-year-old Thomas Jefferson proclaimed that all men are created equal, but a 34-year-old MLK Jr. was able to lead a march through the streets of Birmingham to ensure that all men are treated equally. A 13-year-old Mullah Yousafzai were able to fight against the Taliban in Pakistan in order to secure the rights of education for women across the region. These people were able to change the tides and bring everlasting change, and so can us all. Few of us here today will have the greatness to bend history itself, but all of us can work in our own power of thought and action and to build our own ripple, and soon can ensure a giant wave and to ride into any change that we want. To the next administration, I'm proud to say that we have built that wave. You will always have our ongoing support in the direction of change that you're hoping to accomplish during your term. That concludes the final USC report. Madam Chair, Board of Trustees, and Chancellor Ford Fisher. We again thank you for your everlasting support and for inspiring us to become greater leaders every day. I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You thanked us, but I want to thank you for your leadership and for your team, because had you not been the leader that you are, your team would not have been so strong and so successful. They would not have supported you the way they did. So thank you so much for what you've done.
And I certainly, I'm sorry. So our trustee, Laredo, is asking where you planning to go to college. So, yes, you will. So thank you, Igor, for your report, your service, for your wisdom, and for your leadership. Thank you so very, very much. And so, absolutely, thank you. And so at this time, we will hear from Dr. Dajane Grigsby, our Faculty Senate President. Dr. Grigsby.
Good afternoon. And one of the phrases he used was, few will have the power or the ability to bend history. And you may be that person, Igor. You may have that. We thank you. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Chancellor, trustees, esteemed faculty and staff, and all